Hey friends, I'm Amy, and today I'm going home. Well, in a culinary sense anyway, we're making whoopie pies. Now legend has it that Amish and Pennsylvania Dutch children would shout whoopie when they found these in their lunch pails, and the name stuck. These were an extra special treat growing up, and there is still a whoopie pie festival every year in Lancaster County with over 400 different whoopie pie flavors. We're making the chocolate kind, just the regular old chocolate that I love with all my heart. So let's get cooking. Start by preheating the oven to 375 and make sure the rack is in the middle position. While the oven's heating up, we'll mix up the cakey cookie sandwich part. In a large bowl, we need 4 cups of all-purpose flour. Add 1 cup of unsweetened cocoa powder, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, and a pinch of salt. Whisk all that together until everything is evenly combined, and then set this big bowl to the side. In a medium bowl, we need 2 cups of granulated sugar, 1 cup of shortening, yeah, a whole cup. Next, add 2 eggs, and I always crack the eggs in a separate little bowl so it's easy to remove any little shell pieces. Beat all of this together with a hand mixer on a medium to medium-high setting until it gets nice and fluffy and looks sort of like frosting, which should take about 2 minutes. Now back to the big bowl, and we need to scrape the sugar and shortening mixture into the dry ingredients. If you start stirring here, you'll see that the shortening mixture just doesn't really want to incorporate at the moment. It's just a little too thick. Pour in 1 cup of warm water, not hot water, just warm, and 1 cup of room temperature milk into the bowl, and then use the hand mixer again to beat everything together on a medium speed for another 2 to 3 minutes. Now this is still going to be pretty thick, so you may need to scrape the sides down and bring up any dry stuff trying to hide at the bottom of the bowl. But when everything is fully combined, add 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract and then mix that in until the vanilla is fully mixed into the batter. And this is our cakey cookie batter. To bake these, drop them by rounded tablespoons-ish on an ungreased nonstick baking sheet. We want these cakey cookies to grip the bottom enough to hold their shape and not slide around, but not enough to stick and burn. And this is going to seem weird because this is a very sticky, battery type of cookie dough, but you just have to trust the process with these. They will expand a little in the oven, so leave some space in between each blob of batter. I put 9 blobs on each baking sheet, and I ended up with a total of 40 little soft cookies. Bake these at 375 for 10 to 12 minutes, or until the center of the cookies springs back when you press the top of the little dome. Remove the cookies from the pan and place them on a wire rack to cool completely, and keep on baking cookies till you run out of batter. This made 4 trays and another half tray for all of the batter for me. You can see here that the cookies do sort of self-level as they bake and expand a little out to the side, but they keep a nice dome on top. Now this is exactly what we're looking for our whoopie pies. When the cookies are completely cool, we'll whip up our filling. And these do need to be 100% cool because we don't want our filling to melt at all. In a small bowl, we need 2 egg whites only. With a hand mixer, whip up the egg whites until stiff peaks form, which should take maybe 2 minutes at most. Then set this to the side. In a medium bowl, add 4 cups of confectioner's sugar, and it's very important that this is powdered sugar. Using granulated sugar, even food processor powdered sugar from regular sugar, can cause this filling to have a gritty texture, and we want this filling to be nice and smooth. So finely powdered sugar is the way to go here. Add in 1.5 cups of shortening, 4 tablespoons of all-purpose flour, 4 tablespoons of room temperature milk, and 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. Beat this all together, starting on a lower speed to avoid blowouts, and then moving to a high speed until everything is fully combined. but it may still have a rougher looking texture at the moment because everything is a little dry. Grab our beaten egg whites we made and gently fold them into the sugar mixture with a spatula until you have a lovely, smooth, and creamy filling. It will still be a little thick because this is not a frosting and it definitely isn't an icing. It's fluffy and it's creamy, but it also has some oomph to it because it has to hold its shape between the cookies and not flatten out. All right, assembly time. Grab a cakey cookie and you want to blob on a decent amount of the filling, like half an inch to even 3/4 of an inch thick. Then grab another cookie and make a sandwich. Then just mosey along, blobbing on filling and making sandwiches until you run out of cookies and filling. This recipe makes about 20 whoopie pies. Now here's the catch though. You can eat these right now, but the funniest thing about these is that they are so much better on day 2. Wrap each pie individually in plastic wrap, which is going to lock in moisture and make the cookies the perfect texture, and it gives the flavors time to blend together. Fresh whoopie pies can actually be a little dry because the cookies have not had time to leach extra moisture from the filling. So wrap them up in plastic wrap and toss them in the fridge overnight, and the next day, enjoy the pride of Lancaster County, one of the most famous baked goods from Pennsylvania Dutch country, the whoopie pie. So these are called pies, but they're more like cakey sandwich cookies. Either way, they're perfect and delicious. But here's the thing, these may be one of the best things ever, and they definitely are, but they do contain an absolutely unholy amount of shortening. So while they're really good for the soul, they're really not good for the arteries. Granted, they taste so amazing I don't even care. But I make these very occasionally. Pass them out to friends and family, maybe have 2 or 3 a year. It makes them a precious treat that never gets old, complete with all the nostalgia of horses and buggies when you're a kid and the backed up traffic didn't matter, colorful painted barn stars, and the festival with chocolate pies, red velvet, vanilla pies with peanut butter cream filling, pumpkin, gingerbread, snickerdoodle. You name it, you could probably find it as a whoopie pie. And you only live once, so you should totally check these out and try one. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, maybe leave me a comment below. It's all free to you, but it helps out my channel a ton. I also love reading and responding to comments, and I take requests, so let me know what you think. Come and hang out with me on Wednesdays, because we're making copycats of all of our favorite restaurant dishes, and those are turning out even better than the restaurants. I hope you have a wonderful week, and I'll see you back here next Sunday for another comforting, cozy, home-cooked meal. Bye!